Sure, we all good. What's good? It's your boy TimelessRoc, man. Before we go further in the live, man, make sure you own your own shit, man. Y'all know the vibes, man. Today we got a great topic. We gonna be talking about, why passion is so important to success. This is one of those topics that, passion is something that a lot of people talk about, but a lot of people don't really understand why you need it and why it's so important and everything like that. Some people don't understand how do they build their livelihood around passion. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna be a topic that we talk about today. You feel me? So I'm gonna let a couple people get in here and everything like that. We're gonna be taking questions, all types of shit. When y'all come in here, make sure y'all hit like. Make sure you go ahead and comment where y'all watching it from, man. Make sure you go ahead and share it with somebody else that need this information. And make sure y'all, make sure y'all leaving comments. You feel me? Let's get litty, man. Ask me some good questions and everything. We're gonna get those answered. Say, let me know where y'all from when y'all come in here. Make sure y'all hit like, all that type of shit. Y'all know the vibes, man. We're gonna be answering a lot of questions today. Make sure y'all, let me know if y'all can hear me good. Let me know how the quality sounded. Everything good? It's gonna be a good live right here. All right, we got a couple people coming in, man. So I just want to start off by talking about, passion. Like I said, so with passion, one of the things, a lot of people, they go into things. Sometimes people go into things because it's the cool thing to do. A lot of people, they go into it for money, or they go into it because, maybe they think it's something that they would want to do. But then when they actually get into it, they realize that it's not exactly what they thought it would be. And when you do that, if you don't have passion for it, and you don't necessarily, there she is. Yo, what's good, Ari? So yeah, we're gonna have the comments. Like I said, we bougie right now. We're gonna have to, I'll be having to, this shit flipped and everything. But yeah, so we got a comment in here, I'm gonna be pulling them up on the screen. So make sure y'all get y'all questions in and everything like that. And and we're gonna keep going. But yeah, like passion. So the biggest thing that I learned when it comes to passion, look, when you decide that you want to do something, anything you want to do in life, right? If you get into it and you don't have a passion for it, like it's just something that you thought, okay, cool, this will make some money, or cool, this is the cool thing to do, let me go ahead and get into it. If you don't have no passion, as soon as you run into those roadblocks, in which you're gonna run into roadblocks, we all run into roadblocks if you're an entrepreneur, and that's a topic I wanted to talk about yesterday as well. But when you get into it, and there's going to be roadblocks, and when you face these roadblocks, if you don't have passion, you're not going to keep going. You're going to stop. Whenever stuff get hard, you're going to stop. So that's where the passion comes in, and that's why it's so important to actually have passion for what you're doing. Anything you do in life, you got to make sure you're actually passionate about it, and that way you can actually make some changes and actually make things happen in your life. It's very important. Once again, y'all know I got the water, man. Y'all know the vibes. But yeah, I hopped on live a little bit earlier and everything. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on here, but I wanted to go ahead and hop on here a little earlier today. I'm gonna be a little busy, so I wanted to still get this live in. I told y'all I was gonna be on here. I had to make that shit happen. All right, let's see. We got Ari. When did you realize your passion for music? So one thing, all right, so this is a good segue for me to talk about this, man. Make sure y'all download the ebook, How to Build a Home Studio. It's completely free. And it's going to show you everything you need to know. Everything, the best DAW to use, the best equipment with the lowest cost, so that y'all can get in the lowest cost, So like I said, I always speak about this. The music business right now, it has the lowest cost barrier to entry right now is in the music business, because everything is digital for one, and you can get equipment next to nothing. So make sure y'all go ahead and get that ebook. And I also give y'all a mentality shift. I share my story and how I got started and everything like that. And it's good for anybody. So even if you're not a music artist, go ahead and get that ebook at TimelessRoc.com/ebook. And it's right there at the bottom of the screen. Make sure y'all go download that. And it's also in the description. So y'all can click that link down below. And yeah, it's a great ebook. So even if you're not an artist and you're not looking forward to the actual studio equipment, it's still a great story. It's still a great information in there, stuff that's going to change your mindset and anything you want to do. So go ahead and get that ebook. It's completely free. Don't cost nothing. But when did I realize my passion for music? So I grew up, and I spoke about this a lot. I grew up playing basketball. You know what I'm saying? So I remember, when you got friends and everybody, they'd play a beat or something, and we'd be like, yo, freestyle something, rap something. I was always the guy that was like, nah, nigga, I ain't, and I didn't even attempt. You know, I would just be like, nah, I can't rap. You know, whatever. And I wasn't even like crazy and like listening to music. You know, I was always like just outside. You know what I'm saying? I was always hooping. So I would only hear stuff on the radio and everything. So it wasn't nothing that I would think, oh, this is going to be a passion for me. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was I remember like in 2016, right? So I wasn't playing ball no more at this time. 2016, I went ahead and I was listening to music a whole lot. I was in the house a lot more. I just moved to Cali a couple years before that. So I was in the crib a lot. So 2016, started listening to a lot of music. And then it dawned on me in like 2017, I'm like, yo, I want to hear myself on the radio. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, I want to, this is cool. I'm always listening. Why? Yo, I want to hear myself. That'd be like the coolest thing in the world. Y'all see, I always stand for ownership, own your own shit. And it's always like that. I spoke on that too. Like if I'm gonna wear some shoes, it's always gonna be cooler for the shoes to be my shoes. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be cooler to me. So, I brought the same mentality when it came to starting music. So I was like, all right, cool. If I can make my own music and I can put my shit where I can hear myself and everything like that. And at that time, it still was like, yo, whatever, I'm gonna just do it and try it out. And, but I still didn't start at that exact moment. I remember I listened to a couple beats and I tried to write something down and it just didn't really work the way I wanted it to. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of pushed it off. And then 2018, I had a lot of time on my hands. I was working a regular job and all that, and it was whatever, I ain't really had nothing going at that time. I just was working that job. I had a lot going on. And I was like, yo, fuck it. Let me go ahead and write something. So I went ahead. I tried it again. I started writing and I finished the song completely, right? Fully finished the song. And that gave me the confidence. That made me feel like, yo, okay, I can really do this. And my dad always tell me this story. I remember he said, he came into my room one of these days. It was randomly, right? This before I started music, obviously. And he asked me, he said, yo, Rock, you think you can make a song? And I was like, I probably could. You know what I'm saying? And he always speak about that because, it's crazy because I said it in such a nonchalant way. And even when I didn't believe I could really make a song at that time. But like I said, so when I finished that first song, I had to tell that little story, that's a little sidebar. But when I finally finished that song, it made me realize, yo, this shit is cool. I actually can do it. It gave me the confidence. And now I was like, this shit fun. Let me just keep doing it. So I just kept writing. And then in the ebook, y'all gonna see I spoke on it. I had to figure out how I'm gonna record the music. And while I didn't have any money, I only had, whatever. I was working a little day job, so I was getting my little however much a couple hundred every week. And it was like, yo, I can't, if I want to be in the studio, I'm not going to be able to afford to go to the studio as much as I would want. That story is incredible. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's crazy. You probably talking about the one where my dad came in the room and all that shit. Like, yeah, that's crazy, and I ain't never think that. Yo, segueing off of that, another thing that happened is crazy because I remember when I first started writing music, right? I was writing music and then I remember I was going around telling people, yeah, I started writing music, but I felt like I couldn't make it a career. I remember saying I felt like I couldn't make it a career. I was saying like, yo, I could make a song, but I felt like it would take long to where I wouldn't be able to be consistent with it. And now I make so much music, man. I make more music than a lot of people, a lot of people that I know, a lot of people that I've seen, and it, and that just came from hard work, being able to, I remember when I first started, I was able to, it would take me like a week to make one song, to write one full song. And then it just kept on getting quicker and quicker. Maybe it'd take 3 days. Maybe it'd take, y'all know that damn ring light be doing me grimy. Y'all know the vibes, man. It's crazy. But yeah, it would take 3 days and then it'll go and then it'll turn into 2 days. Then it'll turn into 1 day. And then it'll turn into, now I can do multiple songs in 1 day. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. And yeah, so it's crazy, That's that I think that story for real. Like, who's to say I wasn't able to make music? Even well, obviously I was able to make music when I was younger, and I never gave it a try. You know what I'm saying? So that's the story. Just try stuff out, man. Don't ever count yourself out. Whatever stuff you inflict on yourself, that's gonna be your limits. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you say you can do, you're gonna be able to do it. Whatever you say you can't do, you're not gonna be able to do it. So you gotta keep that in mind, man. Like, it's crazy going into that too. I remember in preschool, right? in preschool. Well, actually, no, this is before preschool. I had like I would go to daycare. Now, daycare, it was I remember I had our daycare, like the person who would watch us and everything. Sometimes, we'd get in the car, we'd ride with her and everything. And I remember she used to always put my seatbelt on. I don't know how old I was, but my memory crazy. Like, I'll be remembering crazy shit. But like, I remember she would put my seatbelt on for me. But one day she said, "You put it on yourself." And I don't know how old, like I said. But she was like, "Yo, you put it on yourself." And I was like, "I can't." And she started telling me, "Yo, say, I know I can. I know I can." And it sounds stupid, but I remember literally at that time, ever since she said that, from that time, I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna just say that every time." So I would just be like, "I know I can. I know I can." And then I click this shit in, like, and I would say that for a long time. Like, it's crazy, and it's the same thing. I remember when I was learning how to ride a bike. So when I learned how to ride a bike, of course, it was a smaller bike, but then I tried to move up to a bigger bike, the adult size bike. So now I get on the adult size bike. I've already been riding the little kid bike, but then I moved to the adult size bike. And I remember I was riding it and I would always fall off when I would get to the grass. And I remember, so my house was right here. And then I had the next door neighbor and their grass, they had grass obviously in front of their house. So I would ride the bike and I would be perfectly fine on the concrete. And then as soon as I would get to the grass, I would fall off. And that was because I told myself, when you get to that grass, it's okay to fall off. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as I realized that, and it's crazy, I remember being at that time and I remember saying, "Yo, why do I keep falling off right there?" I keep falling off right there because I tell myself that that's where you're going to fall. If you continue to just keep going forward and you tell yourself, "Nah, I'm not falling," you're not going to fall. It's just, it's all about belief in yourself. It's the same with swimming. I remember I couldn't swim for the longest. I got stories for all this, man. Like, I couldn't swim for the longest. And then I was finally, because I was scared I would fall underwater. You fall underwater because you told yourself you're going to fall underwater. As soon as you say, "Nah, I'm not going to fall underwater," you end up floating. And that's the same way. It's about trusting yourself with everything you do. And that goes right into passion too, man. If you're passionate about something, man, trust yourself to make it happen. Yo, my guy D-Rim, man, what's good, man? You already know, man. I appreciate you pulling up, man. That was a great ass conversation. We definitely gonna run that back. We're gonna do another one just like that. That shit was crazy. And we're gonna talk about another topic. The people need that. I felt like it was a lot. You see Ari in here right now. She was talking about she really fucked with that live, man. That was a great live. These are amazing stories. But see, and Ari, you see exactly what I'm talking about, right? So, oh yeah, yo, another thing, man. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to my man's D-Rim. Feel me? Subscribe to Ari too, man. Ari Belly Boo. Y'all subscribe, man. These is real ones. You feel me? I'm gonna be in New York. Oh shit. I forgot. That ain't even live info right now. It's cool. We only got 5 people in this motherfucker right now. I almost exposed the shit. But yeah, so these amazing stories. See, that's what I be talking about. On social media, it's all about being yourself, and presenting your experience from the world, on camera. And people will fuck with it, because a lot of the time, I was talking to D-Rim last night, we develop analogies because of our own experiences. And then because we use analogies, everybody uses analogies to make something that's more complex, easier to digest and understand. That's the reason we come up with analogies. So when we able to go ahead and talk about those analogies, yeah, all right, you feel me? I had to say that real quick. That's funny, man. But yeah, when a lot of the time, so when I say give value, you share information and everything. A lot of, obviously, a lot of those people that's going to come across your content where you're sharing the information, they obviously trying to learn about that certain topic. So when they're trying to learn about that certain topic and they find somebody that's giving these analogies from their own experience because they understand the complexity of the topic, now they made it easier to digest for themselves. Now they can share that same analogy with the audience. So somebody that's been seeking that same information, now they can go ahead and understand it on a level that you understand. You know what I'm saying? So, analogies is key, man, and just being yourself, sharing your stories, man. Sharing your stories is about being honest. I remember D-Rim said that last night. It's about being honest. Spread who you really are. That's what people gonna rock with. You know what I'm saying? Even if whatever your past is, we all come from different circumstances. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we all have similarities. If you come from certain areas and everything like that, you're gonna have similarities with other people, but like I said, everybody interpret things different. So, you know, obviously you got to have some similarities, and that's where the relatability comes in. But don't compromise being yourself. Always be yourself, and the right people gonna come along. Yeah, this is so true. Let me put that on the screen. You feel me? That's why I say, yo, I fuck with the StreamYard stuff because we able to put the comments up. Y'all get y'all questions in. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna answer the questions. I seen last night y'all had a couple questions. You know, we had a great conversation going on with me and my man's D-Rim. And you know, it's hard to really answer the questions or, you know, respond to the comments as much as you would really want to when you got somebody on live and y'all having a conversation, you know, because you don't want to cut nobody off, having a great conversation. So tonight, whatever questions y'all had, you know, go ahead and get them in. We're going to put them up on the screen, and I'm going to go ahead and answer them for y'all to my best ability. It's motherfucking ring light cheeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just realized, because I got it on full blast for whatever reason, and I just realized that, you know, the shit going to be trash. I mean, I had it on full blast, and it cut off. I think they be overheating and shit like that. But yeah, man, get y'all questions in, man. Why passion is so important to success? It's very important. And we spoke about it a little bit earlier on this live. You know, it's very important because if you don't have that, you don't have nothing. It's going to fuck with your discipline. It's going to fuck with your determination to actually meet your goals. You probably won't even have very strong goals if you don't have a passion for it. So, you know, this is a great topic right here. And shit. But yeah, going, like I said, so yeah, trusting yourself. That's why I always talk about this. And you always hear people that's successful, you know, they always speak on, you know, life is about principles. And I always be talking about that. You know, life is about principles 100%. Because, you know, whatever principles you decide is important and you go ahead and you live by, you know, you only need a certain few principles. And then when you live by those, a lot of things fall under those few principles. So I think principles is very important. Like I said, I always talk about it. So like I said, one of the principles I spoke on with riding a bike, you know, trusting yourself, you know, respect is another great one. It's a lot of principles. And I feel like trust is just one of them. Like I said, trusting yourself. That's one of the greatest principles when you want to do anything. Trust yourself. Whatever you believe that you want to do, you got passion for it, man. Go full-fledged for it. You're going to make that shit happen, bro. Feel me? Fucking another thing that I wanted to talk about, like, because I was talking about this earlier, and I know me and D-Rim spoke on this too last night. It was about, like, you know, when I say how people say, like, as an artist, you know, you got to wear jewelry and everything like that. They say, oh, you got to look the part. And I say, we are the part. We're the artist. So we the description. Whatever artist means to anybody, that's us. You know what I'm saying? So, like, just like, you know, back in the 90s, you see how they was rapping versus how we rap nowadays. You know what I'm saying? So the way we rap nowadays, you got people from the 90s and they say, oh, this ain't rap. Y'all doing this, y'all doing that. It's the same thing, you know? So things always change. So the description is always going to change. So you can always change the description and you can be yourself. If you're not into jewelry, don't fall into that trap of, oh, you got to look the part. That shit don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? So going into that as well, I was like, yo, you know, who's to say us, you know, like, who's to say you can't do certain things a certain way? You know, with that being said, it's like, you know, you got to be able to, and that's why I say you got to have passion and you got to trust yourself, because everything that comes into your mind, it might not be the standard of today, but you got to go ahead and say, yo, I'm going to be the one that's changed this because I'm very passionate about it and I trust myself to do anything I decide I want to do. And with that, you're going to keep going. I feel like a reason, you know, like, it's in a lot of fields, you know, they say like us as black people, right? You know, being black, they say, you know, we can only go so far, especially in certain industries, whether it's the entertainment industry, the music industry, you know, anything, being a business owner, all that, being an entrepreneur, everything, you know, they put a cap on us as black people, you know what I'm saying, for being black, you know, but you gotta think, you know, and I spoke on this too, like certain barriers is definitely in the way, you know, we all know certain barriers is in the way, but what you got to do is you got to stay focused, stay the course, and don't ever let nobody try to put a cap on you. If you say, yo, I'm going to go here, don't ever settle. Don't ever get to a certain point and say, all right, this is good enough. And a lot of people told me I wouldn't even get this far, so I guess this must be great. Nah, you got to, bro, just stay focused. Stay the course, and you could change the whole game. And that's the way I go. Y'all know I speak about ownership and everything, and y'all know I don't care so much about, you know, fitting in the description of everybody else. Y'all see I do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I talk to y'all, I share my experience. A lot of y'all find it to be motivating. A lot of y'all find it to be inspirational, and y'all find it very, very relatable, you know. So I just be myself, and I just continue to be myself. I don't listen to nobody. If somebody say, oh, you got to be this to be an artist, you got to be somebody that just drop music, all that. Nah, bro. And if that is the way y'all look at this shit, I'm going to be the one to change it, because I trust myself and I got passion for this shit. And, you know, that's just going to be the way it's going to be. And I spoke on this before. I said, yo, I'm going to be the one to change the game. I'm going to be the one that's going to have artists have to do certain things in order to succeed on a certain level, you know, and I stand by that. And I know that's going to be, you know, that's going to be something I accomplish. Yo, Polymathable, what's good, Brody? The guy said facts. You already know, man. Once again, man, make sure y'all go ahead and download that free ebook on how to build a home studio. It's totally free. TimelessRoc.com/ebook. And, you know, it's completely free. Even if you're not an artist and you're not interested in actually building a home studio, it's a lot of great information about everything that you need to, you know, to change your mindset. You know, a very relatable story. It's a lot of stuff. It's very inspirational, very motivating, all that type of stuff. Make sure y'all go ahead and get that ebook. It's completely free. Just check it out. My guy D-Rem was on here last night. He said he read the ebook 5 times. You know, and that's crazy. And I appreciate that heavy. You know what I'm saying? You know, because he really, I said this. I think I told him last night, but he opened my eyes to how important this ebook really is. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, I fuck with the ebook. I created the ebook. I know it's great information. That's why I put it out there to y'all, and I wanted y'all to have it for free because, you know, I want to show y'all that y'all can do this shit with no money. I want to show y'all can do this shit with a minimal setup, and, you know, you don't need all the extra shit, and that you can do everything on your own. You don't need nobody else. You know what I'm saying? You could do all this shit yourself. You know, I want to do that for y'all. So that's why I'm giving it away to y'all completely free. So y'all make sure y'all go ahead and download that, man. It's great information. Free ebook. Exactly. It's free. You feel me? Like, it's completely free. It's right there, and it's in the description. So if you're looking at this on a phone or a computer or whatever, go to the description, or it's going to be right at the top. Or you could just go ahead and type in TimelessRoc.com/ebook. It's completely free. You feel me? It's going to send it right to you. Also, man, make sure y'all go follow me on Instagram at TimelessRoc Music. Follow me on TikTok at TimelessRoc. Everything is TimelessRoc. TimelessRoc. But Instagram is TimelessRoc Music. Everything else is just TimelessRoc. Instagram, somebody got my name on some weirdo shit. So, you know, I couldn't have it. But it's you missed the live. Yo, yesterday was a great live, man. It's still live. It's still up on YouTube. So you could go look back at it. Yeah, Ari put it there. TimelessRoc. I appreciate her. She always type my name up. I appreciate that. What did y'all talk about? So what we talked about yesterday was really, you know, how to become a major independent artist while using social media. Because a lot of people, you know, they think they got to go the label route. And y'all know, like I said, I stand for ownership. Own your own shit. That goes hand in hand with being an independent artist. So, you know, we really was talking about that. We got to speak on why we decided to be independent when, you know, it's a lot of temptation to go ahead and take the bag from the labels. So I felt like that was a very important conversation. It was a pretty good conversation. It was long. It was a great conversation, but it was a pretty long video. But, you know, live, if y'all go check it out, you know, it's a lot of key points. You can check it out in increments. You know, you can start, watch 10 minutes here, you know, all that type of shit. It's definitely a great listen. You definitely want to go ahead and check it out. You know, if you ain't heard it yet, definitely want to go listen to it. You feel me? Great conversation. And we're going to have a lot more guests on the live. You know, that was a great conversation. We definitely going to do that a lot more. Nipsey Hussle mentality. Exactly. Nip was a fucking legend. You know what I'm saying? That's the vibe. You got to own your own shit, man. Like, that's important. People don't understand how important it is. You know, I'm here to remind everybody. And that's what I decided to be my mission statement on everything I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I walk around with this shirt, y'all don't understand how proud I be when I walk around with this shirt. Like, outside. When I go outside and I'm on live with y'all, you know, I'll be proud as shit to walk around with this, you know, because this means a lot, you know. And it's very important. It's very important. Ownership is very important. And, you know, I want to spread that as much as possible. Like I said, the merch is going to be available on my website very soon. Right now, you can see it on the website. All that. It's going to be available for y'all to go ahead and cop. very soon, everything like that. Y'all know I'm gonna make an announcement video and everything, but I'm excited. Like I said, y'all see I walk around with great pride wearing this shirt. You feel me? So I'm very excited to see everybody else wearing it. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be crazy. You know, it's a great it's great. You know, it's a conversation starter and it's a great mission statement, you know, to lead with, you know, understanding that ownership is so important, especially in this time. Like I said, in this era with the internet, everything you want to own whatever you create. All this shit is, you got to be, you know, all this shit is creations. You want to make sure you own all that. You know, it's very important. So to have people walk around with this shirt, you know, that's very important. You know, changing as many mentalities and as many mindsets on everything. You know what I'm saying? That's important. That's key. But man, y'all get y'all questions in, man. Y'all see, like I said, the title is why passion is so important. Y'all make sure y'all hit like on the live. Make sure y'all comment where y'all watching from. All that good shit. Share with somebody else that need this information. All that stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and put the banner back up about the free ebook and everything like that. Y'all go ahead and download that completely free. Let me see. But yeah, you know, like I said, I don't know how long I'm gonna be on this live tonight, but I definitely had to go ahead and on here and talk to y'all. And I also mentioned it, like I said, I can't cancel on y'all. Every time I say I'm gonna do this, I gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? Rather it's on here for a short amount of time, whatever, I gotta hop on the live and shit, man. Y'all get y'all questions in. But shit, you feel me? Like, and then another thing about the ebook, you know, it's very short, it's easily digestible. You know, it's about 16 pages, shit like that. You know, it's definitely a must read. Like I said, even if you're not a music artist, it's definitely a must read. You definitely gonna want to go ahead and listen to that or read the ebook, shit like that. Feel me? You go. I appreciate you, Ari. Shit about to be crazy. You know, we going up, man. Like I said, a lot of people gonna be wearing this shirt. I'm hype as shit for it. You know, like I said, I walk around with this shirt happy as shit because, you know, if people see this is so positive. You know what I'm saying? And some people might not understand the significance, but they will one day. Especially when they see this shirt, you know, they're gonna see they like I said, when they see this shirt, they might not understand the significance, but they will one day because a lot of people won't be wearing it. A lot of people gonna ask questions about it. You know, it's drip and it's saucy. Look at that shit. That shit crazy. Shit clean as hell. But yeah, man, you feel me? And so I'm gonna probably be on here for a couple more minutes and shit like that. Y'all go ahead and get y'all questions in if I hop off. Feel me? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna be heading out of here in a minute, but you know, definitely get y'all questions in before I go ahead and hop out of here. Yo, Mario, what's good, Brody? My guy came in later in the live, man. We getting later in. I know I went on live a little bit earlier. Like I said, I got some shit I gotta end up doing, so I didn't want to wait. Because I don't want to cancel this shit. I couldn't cancel. Y'all know I can't cancel on y'all. And I said y'all had some great questions, so I definitely had to get on live today. I said whenever I have, you know, if you have a guest on live, you know, it's harder to answer questions because y'all having a conversation. You don't want to cut nobody off and everything. It's harder to really pay attention to the comments like I be wanting to. But, you know, whatever questions y'all had in the live yesterday that I didn't answer, make sure y'all go ahead and, you know, get them in here, you know, and I answer those lives. I appreciate you, Mario, man. You're a real one. You know, you be pulling up to all the lives. Ari be pulling up to all the lives. Polymaster will pull up to the lives when they want, when you get the chance. And, you know, D-Rum and this motherfucker, you know, Mariah be pulling up to the lives, all this shit, you know, Scrape be pulling up to the lives. I appreciate all y'all, you feel me? Like I said, when we go on live, this shit is like, it's personal, you know what I'm saying? Y'all actually sitting here with me right now. Like, I'm not just somewhere just recording something and putting it out. Y'all actually seeing me live right now. I'm literally sitting right here in front of my computer and doing this live with y'all. Like I said, we got the bougie set up again. You know, we putting comments up. How did you start writing songs? So I did speak on that a little bit earlier, but I'm gonna go into it a little bit more. Like I said, I was going through life shit. I was experiencing a lot of crazy shit in life, you know, relationship shit, all that type of stuff. And I decided, yo, let me go ahead and put these on beats. I was listening to music heavy at that time, around 2018. And I was like, yo, let me go ahead and just write down what I'm feeling over a beat, you know what I'm saying? And just continue to go from there, you know, and I fell in love. I thought it was, you know, it was a great thing. It was fun to do. It was a way of expressing myself. And I'm very well spoken as well. Like, I'm able to express myself through conversation as well. But the music, you know, it's just another vibe to it. You know what I'm saying? It's just a whole nother area. You know, a lot of people, you know, a lot of artists, they really only can express themselves through the music. for me, I'm blessed enough to be able to express myself in multiple areas, actually talking in the conversation and through music. But I felt like music, when I did that time, it's very personal. You can do that. It was a cool experience for me. Where would you start? Expand on that question a little bit more. Where would I start? What you mean? You mean like where would I start as an artist? If you saying where would I start as an artist, I would definitely get this ebook for free on how to build a home studio. If I had this ebook when I first started, it'll put me ahead a lot faster. You know what I'm saying? I had to go through the motions. I had to really, like I said, as an entrepreneur, you're gonna go through things and you're gonna have to face all these issues and you're gonna have to, push through these hurdles. You're gonna have to learn more stuff, all this stuff like that. If I had an ebook like this, especially for the free, because I ain't had no fucking money at the time, I would get that. And I would build a home studio and I would start recording my own music, learning how to mix, everything like that. And exactly what I did pretty much. And I would do that. I would recommend that to everybody. Yeah, big strong fam. I appreciate you, Mario, for real. And you be commenting on all the videos. You be commenting on all the long form, all the short form, all the lives you be in here, man. I appreciate you heavy. That's love from the Bahamas, right? You from the Bahamas? I appreciate that, man, for real. Yeah, so how did I decide what subject to write on, man? Like, yeah, so for me, like I said, it was going through life stuff and relationship shit. So like if you listen to my music, you would definitely see that I talk about love a lot. I talk about being from where I'm from. I talk about, a lot of shit, and I would definitely, that's a great way to start, because it's natural to you. What artists or songs inspired you? So of course, like, listening to like growing up, I was listening to, I always talk about this. So when I talk about like my top 5 artists, and I don't really like to participate in those type of, lists and everything, because a lot of people try to inflict, oh, you have to say this list, you have to say this. For me, my list has always been, if I do say a list, it's always got to be things that literally personally, had an impact on me. So when I was young, I was listening to, obviously 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. Akon. I feel like a lot of people sleep on Akon. Akon, his album called Trouble, crazy shit, So that, and then obviously Drake. I was listening to A Boogie, I was listening to a lot of people, man. I remember even like before I started music, I was listening to Lil Uzi Heavy. I was listening to a lot of people in high school. I was listening to Dirt back then. I was listening to him like in high school, shit like that, and just trying to. When I first started, I used to be really trying to do the bar shit. I used to really be rapping like that because I didn't understand the shit. I didn't build. I wasn't in the studio yet at that time, so I really didn't get no confidence behind my delivery, all that type of shit. I really had to find myself as an artist, and you do that by being in the studio a lot and writing a lot of songs. I feel like I changed my writing process. So when I first started, obviously I was typing it up in my notes on my phone. Then I shifted to writing it to not writing at all, and I just punch it in, which I went live on here. If y'all ain't check it out, I went live recording my newest song called Changes. I recorded that song on live here with y'all. You can check it out right now, and the song is out right now too. It's TimelessRoc Changes. I'm gonna go ahead and write that in here real quick. Yeah, so my newest song, TimelessRoc Changes, I went ahead and I actually made that song on live with y'all. So, I punch in. I don't write no more. Changes is fire. I appreciate you, Ari, for real. I went ahead and I made that on live with y'all, and I feel like the adjustment to punching in and not writing at all, it made me get way more creative. It got me to really be able to try new things and really get better. I feel like I really got better at my craft when I started punching in. So, and I felt like it gave me the chance to really find myself. It gave me a chance to really get creative and really, run through my creativity and really get better at writing songs and creating melodies and all that shit. My delivery, really giving y'all the feel of what was going on within the song. It's crazy. I appreciate you, Mario. Hey, yo, Mario, was you in that live when I made that song Changes? So TimelessRoc Changes. That's it right there. It's on all platforms. Y'all can check it out right now. shit like that, definitely a fire ass live. Y'all gave y'all input and everything on the beat. Y'all gave y'all input on the hook. Y'all gave y'all input on everything, the entire process. And I got to break it down to y'all. How do I actually do it? I posted videos of, how I recorded this song, how I did this, and I give y'all a breakdown of how I go ahead and write the lyrics down or record the song. But that was actually personal. Y'all actually got to see it in real time, literally. Y'all actually got to hear me hear the beat or see me hear the beat. Y'all got to see me, come up with the first bar, all that shit, Shit was fire. I appreciate you, Mario. Feel me? That was a fire live. We definitely gonna do that a lot more time. We're gonna do that a lot more often. You feel me? That was the first time I ever did something like that. That was cool as shit. Able to see y'all feedback right then and there, see if y'all really fucking with it. And I went ahead and dropped it that same week. So that was cool. As an independent artist, like I said, that's another thing about owning your own shit and being independent. You can do whatever you want, whenever you want. You ain't gotta listen to nobody. You ain't gotta ask nobody nothing. None of that. Akon is a classic. He was mad popular when I was growing up. I gotta go back and listen to his tracks. I was just listening to his one song. I'm trying to think. I was just listening to this shit in the car. Shit. I'm trying to think of the song. Fuck. That shit was fire, bro. I turned that motherfucker up. You already know. But nah, Akon is somebody that slept on, bro. Like, I feel like he don't get the respect he deserves, especially when it comes to this melodic sound with the music. He been doing that shit. How old are you, Polymathable? So I'm 24. So that I remember the Trouble album came out like in 04. So I was like 6 at that time. I was born in 98. And so yeah, when I was growing up, Akon was that nigga. Yes, sir. You 26, yeah. So you right around me. So you was 8 at that time. So, 96, yes, sir. You feel me? So yeah, Akon was going crazy around that time. That shit, that's what I said. I feel like he don't get the respect he deserves when it comes to this melodic shit in the music industry. But yeah, like I remember back in the day, bro. I remember my sister had this like Barbie. She had like this Barbie little CD player and shit. And I remember I had that Akon Trouble album, and then I had the 50 Cent Get Rich or Die Trying John. And I remember I would just play them shits over and over and over. I used to be sitting on the floor and I just keep switching the CDs, just playing it over and over. Obviously, Locked Up, Lonely was crazy. Now I'm trying to go through and think about this shit. My guy Mario, yo, man, Akon was going crazy. Yeah, she had a Barbie CD player, yo, and I used to just sit down on the floor and just play that shit over and over. And then obviously in the club, 50 Cent, crazy shit. Candy Shop. I remember I had the 50 Cent game too. Many Men, yeah, of course. I had the 50 Cent game, the little bulletproof shit. That shit was crazy. I fucked with 50 Cent heavy. Like back in the day, like I remember, I wanted the beaters because of him. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be husky. I wanted to be strong and shit. Remember, he was husky back then. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucking beaters. Then nigga, yeah, everybody wanted to rock the do-rags with the Yankees hat. Nigga, he had motherfucking what else? I'm trying to think what else happened that made me I forget, man. But yo, 50 was crazy, real talk. I'm telling you. And we was talking about that last night too. As an artist, you don't have to stick to one thing. We was talking about, you see so many people when they, a lot of people, they like to stay, oh, nah, I'm artist, that's it. And I tell people all the time, you got to generate other income outside of being an artist. 50 Cent, obviously, you got the power thing going on right now, but you got to generate other income or else the music not going to be pure. And when you go through stuff within the music industry, like obviously it's a lot of pressure when you got a lot of attention and everything, you got to be able to deal with that. And the only, and one of the ways to make it easier to deal with is when you can say, I'm going to step back for a minute, but it's not cutting off your income. That's important to have other income outside of the music. So when things like that happen, you're able to step back and go ahead and refresh yourself because you good anyway. Your shit still on autopilot. You still going to make money. All the 50 songs was fire, facts. Niggas going crazy. But yeah, you know, you got to have that money on autopilot regardless. That's why investing is important. You know what I'm saying? Obviously you want other income streams. All that shit is important, man. And I tell people that all the time. As an artist, man, you got to, you know, what else do you offer? And that's why you got to build a strong brand so that you're able to offer these other things and that you're able to sell other things and you're able to make more money. You know, and then you got to educate yourself on finance. I talk about Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's a financial book, and it's going to shift your mentality when it comes to finances, and that's important. I feel like that should be your first book. If you ain't read nothing about finance, you're not into the finance game yet, the first book you should read is Rich Dad Poor Dad. I recommend it to everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's going to give you that mindset shift where you're going to be able to, you know, now once you get the mentality right, then you can find your vehicles that you like that you can go ahead and put your money into and make, you know, start making more money, you know. And I talk about passive income. Passive income is so important because, you know, you can only work so much. You know what I'm saying? You can't be working 24 hours a day. You still got to sleep. You still got to shower. You still got family. You got a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? So the only way to really become wealthy is to create passive income streams. All right, how do you make automatic money? So I just talked about, you know, passive income, you know, investing, you know, taking the money that you do have and putting it somewhere. Now, I talk about the consumer mindset. So the consumer mindset tells us, okay, if I take this money and I give it to you, I want something in return. So here's a book right here. So the third circle theory, right? And this is about finance. How visionaries create billion dollar ideas, right? So this, right? If I give you money, I want something. So this is physical. All right, cool, whatever. I want something, right? So if you go ahead and do that, that's a consumer, right? Now, when you go to invest, right, rather it's in stocks, crypto, you know, real estate, you know, anything, right? You invest the money and say you invest $5,000, right? Let's just start small. You invest $5,000, you don't get an immediate return, right? For most things, you don't get an immediate return. So when you don't get an immediate return, that's hard to deal with when you have the consumer mentality because you're like, damn, you feel like you just wasted $5,000. But if you're really smart and you educate and you got the right mentality on it, you understand that even if that $5,000 generates you $100 a month for the rest of your life, you know what I'm saying? You was going to go spend that $5,000 regardless. But now you set up another income stream that's most likely passive, and or even if it's not passive, it requires such a small amount of your time and you're going to make $100 for the rest of your life every single month, $1,200 a year. It sounds like a no-brainer, right? Obviously, if it's $1,200 a year, it's going to take you a little under 5 years to recoup your initial investment, depending on whatever the asset is. But you know, y'all get what I'm saying. And then when it comes to how many songs do you need to make money off of streaming, you don't need a certain amount of songs. I had to go on a tangent about the automatic money, but how many? You don't need a certain amount of songs. You could have one song to make money off streaming, but it takes a lot of streams. So 1 million streams is $4,000 US. So 1 million streams is $4,000 US. I mean, to each his own. That's only one-time payment. You know what I'm saying? For 1 million streams. So you got to think. Obviously, it's a lot of people getting a lot of money, a lot of streams, and everything like that. But you know, shit like that. You know, is that something you really want to rely on at all times? That's really what that comes down to. For us, yeah, yes, it is. All that shit is important, man. And you gotta look at that like that. Like even with stocks, right? So stocks, you know, you can get monthly dividend stocks that pay you monthly dividends. You know, there's stocks that'll pay you 6 cents every month as a dividend, right? For each share that you own. So if you own one share, you'll get 6 cents a month or 72 cents a year. You get 72 cents a year. It sounds small, right? But the more you continue to invest, you know, that grows, obviously. The more shares you own, obviously, at 6 cents, it grows. And then, you know, obviously you participate in the growth of that stock as well. Usually dividend stocks don't really, you know, they don't really grow so much, because obviously when they're paying a dividend, you can look at things. So things, they call it payout ratios, right? So in stocks, it's called a payout ratio. You can see some stocks, I believe Coca-Cola pays pretty high, a high amount of their profits back to the investors as dividends, about 80%, I think, something like that. So that means when it's a payout ratio of 80%, they're paying out 80% of their profits to the investors as dividends, and they're investing 20% back into the business. So with that being said, obviously there won't be so much growth when it comes to dividend stocks that pay dividends, companies that pay dividends. But, like I said, 6 cents doesn't sound like a lot every month, but as you grow it, and you can have your dividends reinvest back in that stock to buy more shares. So, all that shit is important. And like I said, it adds up. They talk about compound interest a lot in finance. And the more you invest, the more you get your dividends to reinvest for you. It'll continue to compound, and you'll make more money over time, to where one day you can live off of your dividends. And that's passive. You don't have to do anything. So all this shit is important. I'm still learning a lot about stocks. I'm not going to come on here and act like an expert, but I do like to talk about it within our lives every now and then, because it's something I'm on right now. It's very important, man. Very important. But shit, like I said, man, I'm probably going to be heading off of this in a minute. That's the homework today, man. If y'all don't know shit about stocks, man, learn about stocks, man. Watch videos on stocks. Ownership. Once again, man, you own a piece of the company. So it's important, man. Crypto is the hot thing right now. Crypto is very volatile right now. So if you want to make some money, you can grow your money very fast, but you can also lose money very fast. So like I said, with crypto, for sure, only invest what you absolutely can afford to lose, man. But also do your research on everything that you invest in. Make sure you understand it. Make sure everything that you're going to put your money into, you actually know what it is. You know what they stand for. You know who runs the company, who's the face of the company, what is the company, what's their finances looking like. Read their financial statements. You can go ahead and you can find out how to analyze financial statements. All that shit is important, man. Make sure you do that. And obviously you got people out here giving their picks. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'll just tell you, I'll be telling you all the time what I do with my money. But yeah, bro, everything add up. Real talk. Exactly. Everything add up. Same with credit cards. I only use credit cards because obviously they pay you to use the card. Even if it's 22 cents, if you use a debit card, you don't get anything. So all this shit is important, man. But you also gotta understand with credit cards that you only use, if you have $500 in your bank account and you have a limit of $5,000 on your credit card, you don't have $5,500. You have $500. So use your credit card as a replacement. Use your credit card in the place of a debit card. So whatever you would use to buy anything, you would use your debit card to buy something. I use my credit card, and then you just pay the balance right back. So utilize your credit, pay no interest, and they pay you to use it. So that's another hack, man. Wow, serious, exactly. But hey, man, I appreciate y'all pulling up to this live, man. I appreciate y'all getting y'all questions, and I appreciate y'all sticking all the way through. I appreciate y'all support always, man. All this shit mean a lot to me, man. I love y'all for all the support. We're gonna continue to grind. Make sure y'all own your own shit and everything y'all do. But hey, man, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get off this joint, man. I appreciate y'all. I'm out of here, man.